The week of July 5th, 2026 begins with a distinct psychological bottleneck. Two opposing planetary forces are moving against the grain at once, creating a period where the usual rush forward feels suddenly blocked. With Neptune turning retrograde in Aries and Mercury already moving backward in Cancer, the focus shifts from action to audit. These movements force an internal pause, bringing past habits and old dreams back to the surface for a mandatory review. This chart tracks the shift. Notice how the jagged line representing psychological friction drops by Wednesday. As Venus enters Virgo and Jupiter moves through Leo, the smooth vector of material execution rises to take the lead. Right here is the critical window for decision-making. Gathered insights finally have the structural support to become real-world actions. This sequence, starting with inward reflection and ending with outward production, creates a functional bridge. By using the retrogrades to catch errors and refine your intent, you ensure that when the midweek planetary shifts occur, your energy is channeled into results that actually last. For the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, the early week feels like a containment field. You have the internal drive to move, but you are hitting walls as the retrograde planets demand a pause for self-correction. The breakthrough arrives midweek. As Jupiter settles into Leo, it provides the strategic framework needed to organize that drive. Instead of burning energy on friction, you can now apply it to specific professional and financial plans that have been vetted for long-term viability. The Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, face a different challenge. You may feel a sudden lack of stability in your home life or a questioning of your core security, making the first few days of the week feel unusually adrift. Venus entering Virgo provides the grounding you've been looking for. This allows you to audit your resources with a cold eye, snapping your daily routines back into place and ensuring your financial foundations are built on data rather than impulse. For the zodiac's architects, the objective is to trade temporary speed for structural integrity. The early week pause provides the time necessary to build the underlying systems that will support your ambitions for the rest of the month. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, will likely experience the week's opening as a surge of scattered electrical energy. With Mars and Uranus active, your thoughts are moving fast, but they lack a clear destination. Midweek requires a deliberate filtering of this noise. By stepping back from social distractions, you can transform these erratic sparks into highly strategic, solution-oriented communication that resolves lingering issues at work or at home. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, are pulled into a period of deep emotional excavation. With the Sun in Cancer, the retrograde cycle forces you to confront old memories and vulnerabilities that you might have previously ignored. Processing those emotions leads to a quiet, stable resolution. By the weekend, the early turbulence clears, leaving you with a level of trust and spiritual intimacy that feels both grounded and earned. For air and water signs, the week is a study in discipline. Navigating the initial internal static is the only way to reach the state where erratic social impulses settle into precise strategies and emotional heavy lifting resolves into a sense of stable, quiet intimacy. When these four elemental journeys synchronize, the pattern for the week becomes clear. A successful, productive weekend is contingent on the depth of your early week reflection. The quality of your final results is tied directly to how well you used the initial slowdown to self-correct. Applying this requires tangible action. Set strict personal boundaries, run calculated financial reviews instead of making impulsive purchases, and prioritize physical grounding through consistent sleep and routine. This week is a tool for evolution, but only if you choose to participate in its rhythm. Treat the early friction not as a setback, but as the calibration period for your next major move. To further decode your personal astrological mapping and the architectural details of your chart, visit alkadomini.com and donastro.com. The current planetary alignment acts as a mirror for your internal state. By facing the reflections that emerge during the early week quiet, you earn the stability and direction waiting for you at the end.